So, August, I heard that the weather by you has been like really bad.
Oh yeah. It's so last Thursday, so 1 week ago, I went out to the soccer fields and I played with some people.
Uh-huh.
Um and then on Monday, I woke up that morning to drive to school and I had to defrost my car.
Defrost. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
My windshield was iced over.
It's
Welcome to March, I
March.
guess. It's
And then the
like
tornado warning last night.
oh yeah, yesterday I had to hide in the basement.
You were in the basement?
Yeah.
Wasn't there wasn't there a tornado or were there more than one?
There's three.
3?
Yep.
That's miserable.
Yep.
You know what's funny? My grandparents who live on the border of Lowell and Cedar Lake, they they got one. My aunt got one, like a weather alert to go shelter. My family, like my house, did not get it.
Uh,
I don't know
Oh,
why. My dad said that we were like in the
wait,
zone.
really?
Yeah, they didn't get any warning whatsoever to shelter.
Neither did Ethan. He lives pretty close to you.
But
that is
my
strange.
dad was like, I was like, is it really bad? He's like, well, I don't know. I was kind of driving in it, so. And I'm like, what?
Smartest
My
move.
dad was taking my sister to youth group. My dad gets all the way there, and then our youth pastor comes out the door and says, we just decided to cancel as my dad showed up. So he had to drive all the way back in the weather.
That's crazy.
When he told me that, I was like, that's wild. Like sometimes, I mean, I feel like I get why they canceled, but it's like, come on now. You like 5 minutes. It's like, did you guys decide 5 minutes before it was supposed to start? Like, where people were probably already there by the time my sister gets there. My sister
Yeah.
never gets anywhere early.
Fair. Wait, so there was people there telling other people that it
Well,
was
because it was
canceled?
already there so soon, my youth pastor was already there getting ready for the youth group. It was that like and my
Oh.
sister was probably there on time or late. So he was already there and he was just telling everyone to go back home.
Hmm. He just didn't want to stay there later because then he would be responsible for keeping them inside and everything.
Mm.
At least I think that's the logic behind it. Because that happened to me, I think it was last summer. I was working and we got a tornado warning, and everyone was like, "So you're gonna have to either leave or stay, but if you stay, you're legally not allowed to." And I was like, "Well,
Uh,
I don't want to stay," because I knew that I was probably gonna be there till super late. So I just went, "I'm dipping," and I just left.
yeah.
So that was
Fair.
fun.
What, you just like they give you one chance to leave and go home?
Yeah, if not, you have to go hide in the rooms, which I'm not ready for. So I dipped.
Fair enough.
Yucky. Hanging out in the chain. Those can't smell good.
It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's the biggest Y in the US, I believe. So they have to keep it nice and spiffy.
Yeah.
So
That's why in the US, but you guys can't pass a lifeguard evaluation?
not best, biggest.
Okay.
I
Well,
wouldn't say best. I would say biggest though.
okay. Well,
They gotta get their act together.
at least you're honest.
No, it could be better, but it's yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. I am fortunate enough to not have a job right now, but I am definitely I'm kind of excited for it, to be honest. I'm happy to be able to like slave away. I'm gonna slave away all summer with a full-time job at my family business, and I'm hoping I know already while I'm doing it, I'm gonna be like, this sucks. Like I'm never doing this again. I don't know why I decided to do this. I know that's what I'm gonna say, but at the end of the summer, I'm gonna see my bank account and go, oh, mm,
Ew, it's worth it.
I've got money. I don't know what this looks like.
President read a job.
Oh, I have. It's just like I have never had a full-time 40-hour a week job where I would be, like officially a full-time person like with insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have work benefits. Wow, I'm an adult, guys.
Work benefits? Like what?
Because I'm a full-time, I'd get I think it's health insurance. That's
Hmm.
crazy. I don't know if I would technically get health insurance. The only reason I wouldn't is because I'm already technically on the work health insurance because of my dad.
Yeah.
So technically I might not, but legally I could if I wanted to. I could be put on my own health insurance.
Yeah, if they were to consider you full time, then yeah, you probably would.
Well, I would be full time, so I would 100%. The thing is though, if I'm already on as like, a family member of a work person, they technically wouldn't have to put me on my own account,
Yeah.
which I don't want to be as of right now. I'm not smart enough to take care of that on my own. I'm legally an adult, but I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm legally smart.
Legally an adult, but also legally stupid. I get it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
if
know you
anyone
do,
gets
Cole.
it, yeah, if anyone gets it, it's you. Yeah. No, I've just never like. I wonder what got them to start doing that. Like the whole idea of, you know, what is it? The whole idea of giving people health insurance and all that stuff. I wonder what sparked that. Was
They
it
probably get company benefits for doing it, right?
I honestly think originally it was just to be like, "Oh, you want to go work at this company? Well, if you work at ours, you get this." And now it's just turned into like you're kind of I think by law you have to provide something. That's why people don't want to hire or that's why people don't want part-time employees to work over 40 hours because they're legally required to give you certain benefits then.
That makes sense.
That's probably why Cole you've had a ton of violations
Well,
because they don't want to have to provide you with insurance.
yeah. Well,
What?
yeah, probably.
It's just
The
he's a very
thought
agreeable guy.
it's the thought that makes me question like why they would even let me work over that if that was the case. Like if I was like they just let me work over 40 hours a week pretty easily. It wasn't like I had to jump through multiple hoops. No, I said to go talk to someone and they go, yeah, you should be fine." And then it's like, "Okay." And then you just on your way, perfectly fine.
They could also just like not be watching like you personally your hours every day and they realize it after they do like their weekly report.
Well, I can't schedule myself at the Y over 40 hours. However, I can get more than 40 hours by taking someone else's shift. But before I do that, I have to go talk to someone. And then after that, I have to then go talk to my boss because they say that if you're working over 40 hours and we don't see it, but you see it, then it's your fault, not ours. So every single time you're over 40 hours, it's not their fault, it's yours. So
So that's how they get around it.
yeah, they just say it's your fault, not theirs, because you're the one that's supposed to be watching it.
I always got
It's really
um
stupid.
what was it? Oh, I ended up going to work and it was a half day. So which meant I got there at 12 and then I just worked there till close, which is at where I worked was not late. It was like 6 o'clock. So I was normally out of there. I was clocked out at 6:30 normally. But one time I got there at 12, so I was like, "Oh, it's halfway through the day." Like technically I could have taken like a lunch break, but I was like, you know, it's noon. I don't need a lunch break. I don't need 30 minutes of unpaid work. I can make it, I'm a big boy. And I didn't take one, and then I got a message the next day like asking, "Hey, did you take a lunch on whatever day?" And I'm like, no, I got there at 12. They're like, well, if you work over 6 hours, you're required to take a 30-minute unpaid lunch. And I'm like, well, that's crap.
So did they just take money away from you?
I, no, they just said I couldn't do it again. And if I did do it again, I'd get in trouble.
Oh. I mean, I know legally, depending on where you work, you have to take a break. Like they can't just tell you, "Oh, you can work as many hours as you want." Like you're forced to take a break wherever you go.
I
So
guess. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, cause I mean, where my dad works is pretty labor intensive, and he's not required to do anything.
yeah, but he also gets health insurance.
That is true.
He gets the benefits of it. Like they don't really like they don't technically want him to take a break, but at anywhere that's what you call it? I don't even know what it's called. I'm
Part
stupid.
time?
Yeah, that word. Anywhere part time, they legally have to take those breaks, depending on how old you are and if you're an adult or quote unquote an adult.
Well, that was the thing, cause I started there when I was 17, going on 18. I think is when I would have been 18 when I started working there. Anyways, the thing with that was, oh yeah, this if you were under 16 or you were 16 and under, you had to leave at 6 o'clock because you could not work more than um you couldn't work more than 8 hours in a day. So if you got
Mhm.
there and clocked in on time, and if you were clocked out right at 6, that would be 8 hours. So that's the thing though, is that if you were over 16, you were the one that was stuck with you were the one that was stuck with doing all the stuff afterwards. So 6 o'clock happened, and it's just like, hey, whatever, I don't know. And it's like, let's go do all this work, and then like you see all the people under 16 just hopping in their cars and driving off. And I'm like, great. Now I'm the one that has to sit and walk the parking lot and pick up everyone's vomit, dirty diapers, and
The fun part.
yeah, the fun part. The amount of dirty diapers is insane. I don't understand. Okay, so for context, I worked at a kind of like an outdoor farm amusement park, and it was, I mean, I guess that's exactly what it was. It was just like some fair rides and a bunch of other attractions or stuff like that. It was mainly started for like a pumpkin patch, which is what they do, but they've expanded into, different seasons. But while I was there, like, you had the outdoor parking lot or wherever. We have to walk it at the end of every day, make sure it's clean so that the next time people come, it's whatever, it looks nice. And I don't understand what people's problems were. They would just change their baby's diaper, throw it outside their car, and then drive off. Like, I don't know what people's deal was.
It's the beauty of it to watch an employee pick it up.
Yeah. And I don't even want to know what miracle juice was sitting inside of the garbage cans. They were always wet.
The
Every
liquids
single
at the bottom
time.
of them.
Yeah, the fun juice liquids.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? Is it soda? Is it ketchup? Is it vomit? Who knows? Maybe
It
it's
is
all of it.
it's all the above, every single
I always called it the miracle potion at the bottom of the trash can.
the stuff you should always drink before
Oh, dude, and it
any
always
meal.
just smelled dank. Like, so dank. I ended up getting used to it, but for a while I was like, I could barely do the garbage without just wanting to vomit. Uh,
Yeah, I've been used to that. Or, well, at least for my first job, working at a banquet hall where I would have to go pick up plates with beer cans on it and like mushed food all slobbered together. That job was fun.
you have like the kid who was like, let me just mush everything in on my plate into one giant casserole ball and try to eat it.
It's not even the kids, it's the dads that get drunk. Like, the drunk dads are the ones that always seem to have the issue with having a plate. Like, the amount of times we found forks on the floor at adults' tables is insane. Like, it sounds unnormal, but they drop forks and then just leave them on the floor, expecting, like, us to just walk over them and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is normal. Pick a fork up off the floor."
Yeah, that's
The kids are worse. Don't get me wrong, but it's sad to see the adults just be like, "Oh, well, I mean, they could just pick it up later, right? And I'm there at like 2 in the morning picking up silverware off the floor. Like, what on earth is going on over there?
You know what I can't understand? How, like, I think every single, like, restaurant employee has short-term memory loss. Like, I think they all do. Like, I'll go to like a steakhouse, like Texas Roadhouse or like an Outback, and I'll ask for ranch with my fries, and I'll be like, "You have ranch, right?" They're like, "Yeah, for show." Literally, this like if it's the right person, they'll say for show. And I'm like, "Okay, can I get some with my fries?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, I'll bring them out, no problem." Never. I don't think I've ever seen them come out with a cup of ranch, ever.
Even at fast food places, they do that. Because I'll go to McDonald's and I'll ask for ranch, and they won't put it in the bag. And I use a kiosk. So, like, I ordered the kiosk, I put ranch on there, and it's not in there.
It's
So
not
I
even employee error from mishearing you. You put it into a computer.
it's pretty
Yeah.
simple. The only time that I've managed to get any ranch from McDonald's kiosk is when I put 15. I ordered 15 ranches on the McDonald's kiosk, and they gave me 2. They said they couldn't give me any more than and I was like, "Well, at least you gave me some."
Better than nothing.
Literally, they literally I had to put 15 ranches on the McDonald's kiosk to get 2, which is so stupid.
I saw a clip the other day where someone had a ton of Taco Bell rewards points, and it was they showed like the whatever it was, like the option to buy just a plain tortilla,
What?
and then with the amount of rewards points, it was like claim your, I think it was like 4,000 plain tortillas or something like that.
Oh boy.
Man,
Oh, I did see that. I have seen that.
it was like, yeah, it was like claim your 4,000 free like
Yeah,
free
there's some
plain tortillas.
stupidly high number.
Have you
What
seen the
in the
Taco Bell
world?
AI like kiosk things?
Yeah.
Those things are crazy. Like they're trying to whatever they're trying to try their new like AI ordering machine on the outside, and I've seen people try to mess with it, and they were like, "Can I get 2,000 water cups?" And then the thing said, "Sure, no problem." And then it was like it was cut off in the middle of its sentence, and then it was like routed to a real person.
Oh.
Someone intercepted the order. I wanted my 2,000 water cups.
I can only imagine the day whenever AI starts to run over McDonald's and Burger King, you just see people ordering 2,000 waters.
It's a church gathering. That's what you have to say. You just say it's for the church. We didn't want to have to pay for Strax water
Oh
or Kroger
yes,
water.
yes, master. 2,000 waters are right up.
According to the AI, it'd get done.
True.
That would totally screw them. If the AI just like was a, they put the AI like have great customer service. Well, they're never gonna deny a customer something.
That's true.
So if you're not paying attention, someone could order 2,000 water cups, or they could order 2,000 of something that actually costs money, and then it's like, well, realistically, that's a sales contract, and your AI just like your AI, which is vouching for your company, just signed the contract that you will give them 2,000 of whatever they ordered. So who knows? I they're the only company currently doing that. I wonder how it's gonna go.
Once AI rules over all of fast food, it's gonna be painful. It's gonna happen. Can't tell me it's not, because it's already ruling over all of a lot of things, or at least it's going to be, but
There's
not
times when
yet.
I'll ask ChatGPT a question, right? And it will give me an answer, and the answer's wrong. So I'll tell it, "Hey, the answer's wrong." And then it gives me the right answer the second time, and I'm like, "Why didn't you just give me that answer the first time? That's the right one. Don't you know this stuff?"
Sometimes you can tell it that it's wrong even though it's right, and it'll spit out a completely different answer. But if it thinks it's 100% right, it'll say, "No, you're actually wrong." And it'll give you back the same answer and more reason to why it's right.
One time I did that
Calls
with
a
like a multiple
master.
choice question, and I told it, I was like, "Hey, this is incorrect," and it said, "No, it's not," and I screenshotted this multiple choice question where it said it was incorrect and submitted it to ChatGPT, and it went, "Oh, my bad."
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm sure it will get better as it goes on. I mean, the newest version of ChatGPT started using emojis.
That's true.
I don't like it.
It's fun and quirky.
You're helping me with, whatever you're helping me with whatever. I don't need your emojis and your hearts and confetti. Just answer my question.
Helping me with my homework. Please, just do not interrupt.
I kind of want like I kind of want one of those AI robots a little bit, just to like see what they're capable of. Like I've seen like a Elon ominous robot or something like that. I want to see like what I could get it to do and
And
just like see its limitations. I want to be able to see like I want it to okay, cook me spaghetti. I want to see if it can cook me spaghetti.
I'm sure it could.
I want to see if I want to see if it can give me a piggyback ride.
I
That
don't think
might not be
anybody could.
possible.
Nah, guys, it's totally possible. It could totally
Mm.
hold my crippling weight.
You might break it.
Might.
Just the motors,
That thing
not the
would get
mind.
atomized.
Uh-oh.
I think what's a famous like sports bar? It's like Buffalo Wild Wings a sports bar.
Yeah.
They could
Yeah, I would say
benefit
so.
from that. You know how many people would go in if their bartender was an AI robot?
No, because then they couldn't spit at them.
What?
Don't people like that get mad, drunk mad? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, and then they'd be beating on a robot. At least they're not hitting someone real.
Yeah, but that breaks. I'm sure that breaks their joy factor. I'm sure there's a factor that goes into it
Well,
where
if
it's
they're
like,
drunk, normally they stop serving them drinks anyways, and they want to get them out. They don't like drunk people.
that's true.
They like people who are just on the verge of getting drunk, and as soon as you're drunk, for some reason, they just hate you, even though they've been feeding you the alcohol. I don't know. Makes sense. No, it doesn't. Hey, we're gonna feed you alcohol, and the minute you get drunk, we're gonna kick you out. But we're gonna get you
As soon
drunk.
as we
Don't worry.
face the effects.
We're gonna get you drunk. Don't worry. But as soon as you are, you're gone.
It's money.
Mm.
You're giving them money, and then once you start causing people to leave, it loses the money. So why would they keep you there?
Well, why don't they just say if you get alcohol poisoning, it's on the house?
Oh my
Because it's loss of
gosh,
money.
that is a lot of money.
Well, people would drink that far, they'd get so drunk they'd pass out, and then maybe they wouldn't get far enough. And as long as they don't get alcohol poisoning, that person just spent like $100 on drinks.
And then B Dubs has a lawsuit for having a promotional thing saying that if you get drunk and have such a bad time there that you pass out and have to go to the hospital, we give you free drinks.
Yeah.
That is that's considered torture. That is torturing them.
I think it's a good business idea.
Uh-huh.
What? You think torture's good?
I didn't say torture was good. I said money was good.
Yeah, so did B-dubs.
Well, they're not wrong. Money good. Green good.
Green is good. Lawsuit is bad.
But if win lawsuit, then more green, and green is good.
I don't think they're gonna win that one, buddy. I don't. I think this is one where B Dubs would take the L here.
Well, they got the buffalo like working for them, so I don't know. That buffalo can probably hold up well in court.
Sure, sure.
You know what's crazy? We have two winged cow animals like as brands. We got Red Bull. We got Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, that's awesome, pal.
Well, I'm just saying like they should duel.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? It was
That's
really
that's just
it
that's
was
just awesome.
it was really important. and I felt like it needed to be said.
I don't think that it did.
Thank you for saying it. I appreciate it,
Thank you,
but
Cole, for
not.
thank you, Cole, for the appreciation. I'll make sure not to trash talk as much the next time we play pool.
It did not need to be said though.
Okay, well,
See?
then you're getting cooked.
This guy gets it.
Cole is so bad at pool. We've been
I'm
playing pool the
horrible.
last few nights at the student center. He's so bad.
I'd hit the ball and I'd hit it. The ball was in front of it was like an 11 and it was in front of the pocket. Now let's go hit it. I chipped it over the 11, bounced on both corners of the pocket, and then bounced back to where it was sitting.
Bro.
I am so good.
The cue ball was mocking him because he hit it, yeah, and it literally on both corners of the pocket it bounced, and it just danced, and then it bounced back over to right where it was, and it was like I fell on the floor just like crying, because I was like, "There's no way this guy has this bad of luck." Austin can't keep the cue ball on the table. He's like,
No.
watch this. I'm gonna hop it. I'm gonna jump over this ball, and he'll send it off of the table. It's like, I don't know. I thought I wasn't good. And then I started playing with these guys, and they made me feel like I'm a demon.
I've won twice.
How many games?
Like
At,
20.
I was gonna say at least like 4 or 5 a night.
Played what 4 times, 4 games a night. Yeah, out of 20.
Not
I've
a
won.
great record, pal.
But one of them, me and Austin won because we were on a team
You guys were on a team against Connor?
against Connor, and then one of our friends, his name's Ben. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some kid I met in one of my. He was in my math class last semester, but like we never talked. And he sat by me in English this semester. I started talking to him a little bit, and I guess he was like he lives in Plymouth, and he was like in the band or whatever. And then he
Oh,
got my
really?
number. Yeah.
Huh.
So then we've been
Never
talking to
mind.
him a little bit. It seemed like he had like one friend here, which was from home, and that kid decided to drop out for the semester and not come back.
Oh.
So we've been like, if we go and do things, sometimes we'll invite him to tag along or whatever. He's starting to like get on, he's starting to get comfortable with us because, or he was always comfortable with me, but like we were shooting pool tonight, and then I think Cole said something. He was like, yeah, go screw yourself. So that's how you know he's getting comfortable. As soon as you get someone to get mean.
Yeah. That's what I get when I'm friends with people.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
You best us know.
Yeah.
You'll be like, play repo, and I'll be like, I'm doing homework, and you'll be like, you're such a freaking monkey fat kid. You suck. And I'm like,
I've never
thanks, love
lied
you
though.
too.
I've never lied.
The monkey part isn't true.
We all have to come
Hey,
from somewhere.
evolution, bro.
Okay, bro.
Uh-oh.
2-1 here, buddy.
Yeah, okay.
I want to play Pokemon.
Do you know?
No. But I
Yeah,
thought it'd
no, you
make you
don't.
feel good if I said that.
It does make me
Well, it
feel
didn't
good.
make me feel good, so you didn't even think about me, did you?
No, I didn't. Don't ever think about you. Your feelings don't matter.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Do you not like Pokemon? Wait, do you not like Pokemon?
Huh? No, I don't care at all.
Why not?
No, I'm not saying that I don't like. It's not that I don't like Pokemon. I
It's
just
that
don't
he
care.
doesn't. It's not that he doesn't like it, but he doesn't not like
I'm
it.
indifferent. I'm different. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
indifferent.
You're boring. Got it.
I played Pokemon Shield.
Bro,
That game's horrible though.
I played it for like a month, and you
I
didn't want
played
to tell me it
Ruby.
was bad.
That's the newer games. The newer games are easy.
Okay, bruh. Well, that's because you don't play them the right way.
I play them my way.
Yeah, you play them. Here's the thing. I played Pokemon where if the attack did not do damage, they didn't have it, right? There's no point. Cole plays where he needs to like hit 15 special moves on him before he does a single lick of damage, And then he's like, I wonder why I keep dying. It's like maybe because this Pokemon is just smacking your Pikachu in the head, but you keep wanting to throw, what is it, Electro Ball to keep trying to paralyze it before you go and do like some Thunderbolt and you think you're gonna hit a crit?
No, no, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm raising a Pokemon's attack with a move to then sweep their whole team. What you want to do is bang your head against the wall and hope that it works.
And it did.
No,
Tell me when
no.
it didn't work.
When it didn't work,
Yeah, tell me when it didn't work.
whenever you get to the Elite Four and whenever you can't beat them and you just keep slamming your head at the wall, wondering what's going wrong, and that's when it won't
You
work.
think I'm ever gonna play a game long enough to get to the Elite Four?
No,
Okay then.
but that's where you would fail, realistically.
That's exactly what you sound like right now.
That is exactly what you sound like. He is
I'm
right.
sure. I'm sure.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
cool. I play Pokemon
Oh,
24/7.
the only games I play are Nintendo games.
Well, I don't know. That's all I do.
I'm cool. I have nothing downloaded on Steam, so when I decided to open a stupid spam link and got my account hacked, I didn't care.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that was mega dumb. You were an idiot
That
for
was
that.
so funny. That was
I didn't
so funny.
care. There's nothing on my Steam account.
Then why'd you want it back?
Huh?
Then why'd you want it back?
Because curious what was on it. I literally forgot what was on it, so I wanted it back.
I can't believe you just like I don't know. To be honest, I don't trust any Discord links ever.
You literally asked me.
Because
You
you were
looked at
doing
me.
it and I thought like, oh, he's doing it, it must be legit.
You looked at me and said, "Wait, I want that." I didn't even try it yet. I looked at you and said, "Oh, it didn't work. My internet must not be working." And you went, "Oh, let me try. I want to try it. I want money."
Well,
if I had
I trusted you, and that was a mistake.
if I had stopped and your computer had no recollection of what was going on, you would have had the same problem.
Well, I thought you looked into it. I was going blindly into it because it was like, oh, well, Cole clicked on it, so it's got to be fine.
Yeah,
Well,
Cole. Connor trusted his friend. You trusted the stupid link.
you trusted a
Yeah,
scammer of a kid that you don't even talk to anymore.
that's true. However, I didn't think he'd scam me.
If I ever get a link on Discord, even if it's from one of you guys, I am not opening it until I text back, what is this?
Well, the good news is that now I know that he has been scammed because if I got scammed from his account, then there's no way he's smart enough to think that he could scam me or to think that he can figure out how to scam me without getting anything back. So someone probably is on his account controlling.
Yes, somebody hacked his account, most likely.
Yes, because I don't think he could set up a fake Discord website
I'm sur-
or not fake Discord website, a fake Steam website.
I'm surprised that like Landon, who keeps going and trying to get free Discord Nitro from people, I'm surprised he's not been hacked. Cause
Oh
like
yeah.
there has to be people that are just like he's like they know that he's catfishing or something like that.
No,
Okay,
he's really good at it.
He finds the people that want to be called kitten. That's how he's good
Yeah,
at it.
yeah. He knows who to target and exactly how to pull them in. Like he is stupidly good at it, and it makes me scared.
so we have a friend who will change his name on Discord. There's some feminine name. He'll put like the
Ashley.
italicized, yeah,
It's
Ashley,
Ashley.
and he'll put italicized like word like
Yeah, he's
font
got the
on it.
different font.
Yeah. And what he'll do is he'll catfish as a girl. He'll start talking to these guys. He'll ask for Discord Nitro, and because they have no wife, they'll buy it for her, and in turn, he will then like just ghost them because all he wants is
Yep.
Discord Nitro. I'm sure
And
he's
then
gotten
after it
years
runs
worth
out
of
after
it.
like the 3 months, he goes and does it again.
Find
I had
someone
to
else.
when you can write a note on people's profiles in Discord, and I had to write a note on his profile that just says his name because I have to make sure it's him
Oh my gosh.
because otherwise it's just like who is this random
Yeah.
chick in my Discord? I didn't add this
Yeah,
person.
why do I have
Oh,
so
it's
many
Landon.
messages and calls with them? Who is this? Oh, it's him.
Why did he call me a chungus?
Why'd this random girl on my Discord call me a stupid idiot?
in full honesty, to some extent, it's kind of genius.
Oh, I'd say it's
But
genius.
No, he is. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know how
smart.
he does it.
however, it's like it's the biggest scam that you could probably think
Here's the thing, though. Why stop at Nitro?
of. What?
Why stop at Nitro? Hey, can you give me
Because he doesn't want to be that mean.
some V buck? Can you give me some V buck?
You just won't play Fortnite.
Get him 1,000 V bucks and he dips. It's probably as much as Discord Nitro.
Ask for a Venmo. Just Venmo me money.
Give me
Give me
your
your credit
Venmo
card
account.
number.
Literally, that's what I would do. Screw the Nitro. Just give me your Venmo.
Give me your credit card numbers, the expiration date, and the 3 numbers on the back.
I promise I won't do anything bad with it.
The three super silly funny numbers on the bag.
John Wick needs your help.
What is the there's one that oh yeah, it was one where they were like, I am Travis Scott, I'm stuck in England, I need you, I need money to get out. And then someone was like, how do I know you're the real Travis Scott? And they were just typing the word fiend, but it was FINE. Fiend, fiend, fiend.
Guys, it's the real Travis Scott.
Yeah, dude,
Fiend,
spitting image
fiend.
too. He looked like Travis Scott if he like got hit with a frying pan and then they put him in AI and said make him look like Sid the Sloth. That was the selfie that they sent.
Oh,
So it didn't even look close to correct. I don't know. I get these people, right? So I have this one number that I just know will always pick up and it's always funny. I get this number. There was a spam call number that called me a few years ago. I saved them in my contacts and now every once in a while I'll get bored and I'll just call them. And they'll answer and they act like I'm a brand new number every time, but they have I can't remember what the name of my I think my phone is under like a Nicole Mitchell's or something like that. That is
Nicole
obviously not my
Mitchell.
name, but they'll be like, "Is this blank?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then sometimes I get as far as when they ask me for my date of birth, and then I put something in. They're like, that's not what we have." I'm like, "Well, that's what it is." They're like, "Huh." And then they're like, "Oh, okay. So what is your?" And then they're like one time they asked me what was my social security number, and I'm like, 1 2 ABCD 3 4.
bro.
And
Hmm.
then they said, "Yes, sir. You're not. This is the wrong number." And then they hung up. I think it's funny that they keep calling me sir all the time, and then they ask me for my like what my name is, and I say Nicole.
Has to be a robot. If not, that is the dumbest
It's not a
person alive.
robot. It's just an Indian.
Well, that's why. Never mind.
Okay.
Bro.
No, they call everyone
Eh,
sir.
Even the
Custom.
women. Ma'am, what's your name? Michael.
All right, sir.
The thing is, half the time I can't tell if it's a scam or it's the customer service I called 2 weeks ago or something. Like, they're all the same. It's like
Bro.
this kid could either be scamming me or he works for Microsoft, and it's easily both.
Working for Microsoft, that's crazy.
I mean, that's what all these companies do nowadays. They just
It's
outsource
because
their
they can
tech
hire
support.
people. Yeah, they outsource it because people in India work for way cheaper than people in America.
That's why, like, you see things that, like I've got a hat that was made in Bangladesh. Like,
Ooh. Bangladesh, that's a new one.
yeah, you know what the tag said? That was on the back of the tag. You know what the front said?
What did it say?
Designed in the USA. That's what it said. I
Ooh.
was like, huh, designed? I flipped it over and I looked on the back and in fine print, made in Bangladesh. And I'm like, okay. Well, they tried.
They got as far as the saying, not here though.
They're able to get that, 28-year-old single mom or something like that. I don't know why it has to be a single mom, but 20-year-old 28-year-old mom or something like that. That's who they got. I still think it's crazy being a higher education student, seeing kids from our school who like graduated, and it's like we're sitting here getting an education, and they're at home taking care of a baby. Like that's
Yeah.
just crazy to think about. Like if that's what they wanted, I mean, I guess go for it. But I just feel like having a kid that young, like you just threw your life away, right? Unless it's what you wanted. But I bet you nobody 100% really wants to be a mom in high school.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the end goal in life.
Typically not. No.
I could never. And I still see people like we'll go like on a bus, right? And the bus will take us through like the university apartments or whatever. And I'll see like people walk on with like kids and stuff. And I don't know if they're like students or if they're allowing outsiders to go through the university, like to like rent a thing through the university, but like that's crazy to think about that there's people who might be like seniors in college who have children. Like I don't know. That's crazy. I could never.
Some people manage, I guess.
I
I'm
could
not too
never
sure.
do that. Man, yeah, no. Dude, like I haven't even like yeah, bro. That means you would have to have gotten married at like 18 or just had kids the year you got married, depending on when, you know. Who knows? Because I mean,
Yeah.
like, normally people get married and they wait like a year or two to have kids. Or they got married because they had a kid. Normally those are the
True.
two things that happen. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, excuse me. I think I'm pretty sure that, like, my great grandpa had my grandparents, like, well, he didn't have them. My grandma had them, obviously, but, like, I'm pretty sure they were married for, like, 6 months. And then they had a kid or something like that. I think that's what he told me.
Huh. 6 months.
Yeah, being married for 6 months. But it was a different time back then. Everything moved fast. Like they were married at 20.
That's true.
I'm gonna be 20 next year. I ain't getting married. You kidding me? 20? There's no way.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, that's so hard to fathom how someone could do that. Right?
Get married
Yeah.
now. Because kids at my brother's school, Titan, they're getting married now. At least they're getting engaged. They're about 20, 21.
See, I could not do that. Unless they were like, here's the thing. It depends on how long they knew each other. Like if they were dating for, you know, 3, 4 years or something like that, that's different. Like if they started dating, I think if you started dating when you were like 16 and then you guys hit 20 and you guys were still dating, you could think about it, you know?
That's true.
I don't think I could. I think after a year of dating someone, I still don't know if I could 100% think about marrying them yet. I could maybe like put some thought into it, but it would not be anything like it wouldn't be any thought of value. That just seems so soon.
Does, but I mean, I guess to some people it's just like, I mean,
Well, yeah, to some people that's like, 6 months they can start talking about marriage, but that's just not me though.
yeah.
I've also just been told like, well, not been told. I start to think sometimes that I have fear of looking into my like future when it comes to relationships. Like I've sometimes people like ask me like, "Oh, do I like I could never tell someone if I was dating them." Like oh, can't wait to be with you forever. Like I could never say that. When people were always like, oh, happy 6 months, can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I could never say that to someone. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not like a fear of, being together forever with that person. It's just that I can't say that knowing that there's a chance it's not true.
Yeah.
You'd have to know off like
Yeah.
whatever feeling you have, like, yeah, this work out.
That has to be like that's been both relationships I've had. That's always been the conversation that gets me in trouble. They'll ask me like, "Do you see us getting married? Do you think we're going to be together forever?" Yada yada yada. And I'm just like, I'm not going to say yes. That's the one thing where I will never lie. If they say that, I will tell them I cannot tell you that. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I just can't promise that because you have no idea what's going to happen in the next, 6 months. Something can
Yeah.
happen, like it's just there's nothing saying for sure. And if I tell you that and then it doesn't happen, it's just bad. But they've always just been like, "You don't love me. You don't like me anymore."
Not what
And
that
I'm like, that is
means.
not what that means. It's like if I promised my kid that I was gonna outlive them. I don't know, or something like that. You can't promise stuff like that. Or like if kids, like I've heard parents tell their kids when they were really young that they're never gonna die. Like I could never tell my kid that because they'll hold on to that. It's just
Well,
like, no, I would totally just tell them like it's death is normal. That's how I'd handle that like conversation. I'm not like if my kid was like, let's say I'm 30, whatever, mid 30s, my kid's 8 years old and he says like, "Oh, dad, whatever, are you gonna die one day or whatever, whatever?" I'm like, "Yeah, one day. It's not gonna be for a very long time because I'm only 30, but like, it's normal."
that's
And
true.
Yeah.
it's like that's why you turn and you don't make it like you don't make it kind of like a bad thing. It's just like, "Oh, it's whatever. It's what happens." One thing that I can kind of tie with this, it realistically has nothing to do with death, but like me and my sister both being like adopted kids from different families. I've seen you've like I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the typical like whatever sitcom TV story of where the kid finds out randomly like 8 years old that he was adopted, right? That always it I don't know why they keep it a secret. It never turns out good ever. I think you just need to tell them. Like there's no reason to keep it a secret because
Yeah.
like here's the thing, right? I was told from since I was born, since I could remember that I was adopted, and it's 100% normal and okay. But imagine you just don't tell your kid, and they find out when they're 11, like, oh, I'm not blood related to my parents. At that point, one, you waited that long to tell them. They don't really understand it well enough. Like when I was a kid, I was young enough to like not have to understand it, but just to know that it's normal. So when conversations like that do pop up, it's like, oh, it's normal. It's not that big of a deal. At 8 years old, if you never heard that before, and then you just get told, hey, by the way, you're adopted, you're not actually related to your parents, like that could mess with them in like crazy ways. They could lose like I've heard stories where like kids will lose attachment with their parents, and it actually makes them want to go find their birth parents like more if they were never told, because then they feel like because they just don't understand it and they like there's so much emotion going through when they find it out, like they just think, oh, like this isn't my real family, and it's like, well, realistically it is.
Yeah.
Like I don't say that I have multiple parents because I don't.
You
That's
never knew
just
your
not
other
how that
parents.
works. I knew my sister's parents very little, but I mean still, like I don't have two sets of parents. Like I say I'm adopted, but then people are like, oh, other family. I'm like, I don't have another family. They don't exist. Like
Yeah, in your life, they just never really did anything
they're
about it.
not real. Like that's just exactly where it is. They're not real. Realistically, if I just acted like my birth mom didn't exist, nothing would change for me. You know? I mean, she does exist, but if like I just never thought about it, it would never change who I am right now. Like
Yeah. It
that's
didn't have any effect on your life.
exactly. I mean, the initial giving me away did because I would be a completely different person if I was with a different family. But I mean, other than that, she's had no effect on my life since I was born. I was born, and she probably saw me for about 12, 24 hours maybe after I was born. After that, she never saw me again. So, who knows? I know, like, my dad realistically doesn't exist, even if I want my mom to exist. My dad apparently ran away.
Huh.
I don't know. That's what I was told. I was told that my birth dad was not in the picture. So realistically, if I were to go find someone one day, which I don't really plan on it, I wouldn't have a dad to go back to. I have like a, I don't know what he's called. I think he's the second cousin. I don't get all these stupid. He's a cousin, right? And he was adopted, and he's actually like really close with like he's got sisters and all this other stuff from this other family, and like he's actually really close to them. And like if that's your niche or like whatever you want to say, if that's something you want to do, then like go for it. I just have no interest. It's not worth it to me. My mom, always cuz my parents weren't able to like have kids. My mom is always worried that like one day I'm going to go find my birth mom and then never come back. And every time she says that, in a way it's mean, but every time she says that I just kind of laugh and I'm like cuz I'm like it's that's so unrealistic.
Yeah.
Hey mom, you raised me for the first 19 years of my life, but I found my actual mom, so bye.
That'd be very stupid of you
Yeah.
to just leave.
It
She did
makes no
everything. It wouldn't
sense.
like your mom gave birth to you, but that was it.
That is the one thing. I've laughed at my mom. I'm like, you never got to say that I gave birth to you, joke. And she's like, well, you know what I can say? She one day cause I said that I'm like, what are you gonna say? You gave birth to me? You didn't. She said, no, I paid for you. And I'm like, oh wow.
True.
Cause I mean, that is how that works. So I was like, well, you win.
Factual.
I never thought about it that way. If I ever decide to like adopt kids or anything, I am so going to use that. Hey, I paid for you.
I paid for you.
You do what I say. I paid for you. Oh, that'd be so good. I don't know why I never thought about that. People never believed me in elementary school when
What,
I'd
when you
say I
said
was
you were
adopted.
adopted?
Yeah,
Really?
they never. Well, one, they were all five, so they thought that I was from an orphanage, and like they were like,
That's
"Oh,
messed
so how
up.
old were you when you were picked up by your new family?" And I'm like, "That's not how that works, cuh. I was adopted at birth." And they're like, "But if you're adopted, you lived in an orphanage." I'm like, no.
That's what the
Nuh-uh.
movies tell you. I'm not from a movie
Yeah, I'm
though.
not Annie, right?
Annie's crazy.
I'm not Annie, right? I'm not that's not my story. But they also like my mom would come on field trips and all that stuff and they'd be like, "You're not adopted. You're lying to me for attention." And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "No, you look exactly like your mom. You're lying." And I'm like, "I'm not." What do you want me to say here? I'm not lying. And they're like, "So you have like two moms and stuff?" And I'm like, "I mean, I guess you could think about it that way." And they were like, "Wow." And then they did. They're like, "I've only got one mom. That's cool. You got two?" And I'm like,
You have
uh.
more than me.
And then some of the kids with divorced parents were like, "I got two moms too." And I'm like, "Yeah, not in the same way though."
Yeah.
I
Someone,
don't.
I always say like I have two moms and one dad because the other dad ran away. And then someone came up to me and was like, "I have two moms and two dads, and I'm sad." And I'm like,
And
"What?"
I'm sad.
I was like, it was one of those things where like, I just didn't know really how to respond to that. But I was like, okay, I was five, so like it really didn't matter.
Yeah.
Gotta blow their brains out and say that you don't have a stepmom. It's just two moms.
Two moms. What is that? What is that? We read a book in high school where the kid was like, his parents got in a divorce and his mom, or yeah, his mom turned lesbian and his dad turned gay. So he had two
Oh.
moms and two dads, but not in the conventional way.
Yeah, not in the normal way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was two moms and two dads, but two gay moms and two gay dads.
Interesting.
That's I don't know how that would work. We had there was a kid. I'm not gonna say his name just because we're on the podcast. But there was the kid. He played string bass, right? At school. Do we all know who I'm talking about?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. He played string bass at school. Anyways, his parents, my mom talked to them for a little bit because they like marching band and stuff. And his parents are lesbians, and they were able to take, I don't know how they did it, some science magic. They were able to take DNA from both of his moms and infuse it into the egg with a sperm donor so that he would, and then they were able to somehow chemically make their traits dominant over the sperm donors so that the sperm donor was strictly just for the egg and that the only DNA traits were coming from both moms.
What?
I don't know how they did it, but that's crazy. So technically, he is both of his mom's genes, which is like I don't know how they pulled that off, but
Black magic.
he's a he's like a science baby. That's nuts. When I thought about that, I'm like, I didn't even know. Like, you would think that, okay, well, if they're gonna do that, whatever. uh, Like one of them is just gonna, they're gonna have to have a sperm donor, and one of them, like, he's gonna look half like the dude that, donated. But it's like they were able to. It had to have been expensive. They were able to somehow completely make his traits non-dominant. I don't know what they. You guys took chemistry. What is not chemistry? Biology. What is the opposite of dominant? It's not submissive, is it?
Recessive.
Yes, it is.
Recessive.
Recessive. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's what
that's
it
what I was
is.
like. It's definitely not submissive. I couldn't remember the word recessive.
Submissive is something completely different. Sure.
Yeah. They made all the male genes recessive.
Huh. Black magic.
Man, if my mom paid for me, I want to know what they paid for him. Holy, that'd be one expensive baby. That's all I'm saying.